Delighted that Mick's here with me today. So Mick runs application development and test for TMHCC. So TMHCC is a large specialty insurer working in the commercial sector. They're about a $34 billion business, so pretty sizable, and they look after about 100 different specialty types of insurance. We've been working with Mick and his team for about 3 years now. They're on a 5-year PEGA journey, and it certainly is a journey, rolling out the PEGA underwriting for insurance platform across all their lines of business, which is really exciting. You spoke at PEGA World last year, and also Ray Pope, the CIO, talked at the CES earlier that year as well. So it'd just be good to get an update, Mick, from you on your journey around what you've now rolled out and what you're planning to roll out and how the program's going.
Okay, thank you, Adrian. Yeah, so as Adrian said, we are a very large insurance business, and we have 5 lines of business that we specialise in the UK. Our London market line of business went live in May 2016, and in July 2017 that was followed by our financial lines of business. I'm happy to talk to you about what that means after the event if you want to come and talk to me. So when Ray presented last year, we were halfway through our credit line of business delivering that. And glad to say that in October of 2018, we went live with our trade credit. So what that means is that in effectively 2.5 years of starting the program, we've got 3 of our lines of business working on our PEGA platform, and we have started workshops and data gathering to build our professional risk and our surety bonds lines of business that we're implementing as part of our PAS program. We've also delivered a tactical and strategic finance module that sits across all of our lines of business, enables us to get money in and pay money out.
Okay, thanks, Mick. So one of the things about PEGA, that if people used PEGA before, Alan talks a lot about build for change, and he also talks a lot about reuse. And I think this environment and this customer has really thought about that and actually using the platform in the right way. And I think as we've gone on, the deliveries have got faster and faster, and that's driven some pretty recent successes as well. I mean, some very short implementation cycles. So Mick, how have you got on with things like surety?
So in terms of surety product, our director had a vision to grow the business throughout Europe. So we took on the challenge of putting our Italian surety product in, and we did that over a matter of about 3 months. Then subsequently, since then, we've added a new marine liability line, and the challenge there was they wanted to use a new portal. They were going down the route of selecting a different portal for them to use. We managed to persuade them to use PEGA and to go onto our platform, and we've delivered a solution for them, a minimal lovable product, as Alan likes to call it, within 8 weeks.
So that's great, because there's a whole thing in PEGA around trying to deliver in 90 days, and sometimes that's quite challenging from the get-go for the first foundation. But we're in a situation now, we are delivering monthly releases, and we're also delivering new lines of business in approximately 90 days. So we're driving great value in the platform. One of the things that is interesting for me around this customer and the way of working is all of our customers do Agile, right? It's pretty much, whether it's HMRC, whether it's QBE, all of our customers adopting Agile. Most of our customers struggle doing Agile and offshore. They just struggle with the mix. But in this particular situation, we've really managed to get this to work really effectively. I think you have the greatest offshore mix of any of our customers. And I still haven't quite worked out what the recipe for success is. So why do you think that is for yourself, Mick, and how have you managed to make the offshore model work so effectively?
I'll put it down to good management.
Okay.
Joking aside. Joking aside. Yes, it's right. We probably have a 10%, 90% mix of onshore, offshore. Okay, and that 10% mix that we have onshore is across our lead business architects, our lead system architects. We also have a rotation where we have people come onshore for a few weeks at a time, get to know our business, get in front of our business, know our process, know how we're delivering, then go back and knowledge transfer across into the teams. So we invest a lot of time and effort in the people that are onshore to make sure they get up to speed, be it a tester, be it an analyst, be it a developer, be it someone from the architecture team, and then we work with them and we do a lot of knowledge transfers. They are heavily involved in our scrums that we have every morning, our sprint planning. They're involved in that, breaking down the components that we are trying to deliver, and then they get on offshore, start the building and start to deliver it into us as an onshore model. That coupled with our business analysts that understand the business, the architect side of it, working very closely. We embed them in with the business so they can talk to the business, understand where the business are coming from, and then take that and turn that vision into a deliverable offshore.
So I started my PEGA journey with PEGA themselves in 2007. And in 2007, there was really no concept of a business architect within PEGA. PEGA's background is a very technical company, and certainly Incessant was very similar. We didn't have BAs. And I think even today, I think people undervalue the importance of having a good LBA, a lead business architect, that knows the vertical, so insurance, that can work really closely with the customer and translate their requirements into how it's done in the PEGA environment. And I think, my tip for anyone starting a PEGA journey is, you'll get to hear about you need LSAs and SSAs, but the key role of working with the business, the LBA, is to me the pivotal role. And when projects go wrong, it's invariably because the people writing the requirements couldn't write it with a target platform in mind. And I think you've also found that in your environment too, how important the BA role is.
Absolutely. I echo what Adrian said there, because without our LBA being involved in the meetings and discussions that we've had with the business, they would not be able to offer them an insight into how their future model is going to look. So they know PEGA, they know the platform, they know what their limitations, what they can work with, what they can bring out of the box, like a common off-the-shelf product, then expand on that product. So they interact with the business, and the business may want one function to work in a certain way, but with the LBA being involved in those conversations, they can steer them down the best path to get the reuse out of PEGA and the PUI and all the product builder options that are wrapped into the bundle that is PEGA, and therefore help drive the solution cheaper and quicker and at more benefit to the customer.
So I think it's true to say, we work with about 50 customers around the world delivering PEGA technology, and some are on massive transformation programs, but from my perspective, I think HCCI has got a fantastic track record in delivering transformation for the underwriting community. What they've achieved in a relatively short period of time is outstanding. But I know some of the answers to the questions, but there are a couple of key things that make you different, I think, to other customers. One is probably the sponsor. Nick, he's the COO of the business, and he is absolutely in the weeds sponsoring this project, right?
Yeah, that's correct. And it's not only Nick, even though he's our COO and he's door always open, always coming up with ideas, always challenging the business and pushing back to the business. We are also working very closely with the directors of all of our lines of business, so they have an invested interest in delivering success. We have very good close working relationship with our teams. Our CIO, our CFO is even backing us and working closely with us, even up to our chairman of our company that comes over to the town hall every year and sells our policy administration program to the whole wide business, and saying that what a success it is and how well we're achieving and how well we're sort of gelled with one focus to deliver a service into our business.
So I think there's 2 points that just epitomise what's really important, and PEGA talk about this a lot. One is governance, and we have a really strong multi-level governance inside. And also, one of the other key things, and I would recommend to anyone starting their PEGA journey, is find very strong product owners that are in the lines of business that can be seconded into the organisation to drive the project and project success. I think that's what you've done, and it's worked really well.
Yeah, don't underestimate governance. Don't underestimate change, because the minute you do that and you start to slip, your scope starts to slip, your business then wants more, you then lose control. And one of our key drivers is to maintain strong governance, maintain a strong focus on timelines. We are very agile. We have our relevant sprints. We had 23 sprints to build our trade credit product. Then when that went in, we started to do waves. So every couple of weeks they had a release. Now we're starting to go to every month they have a release. So we're continuing to support them in the journey and continue to make sure that the governance structure and the change is all in control.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.